Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to our Timbergold Trails Expedition series, episode 3 now. It seems like you guys very well enjoyed the last couple of episodes. I did enjoy being a bit in the game a bit longer, trying to get some stuff done that I really wanted to, and focusing more on a certain species. So I'm going to be trying doing that again this weekend, but I'm going to be changing things up a little bit for my loadout. So the shotgun, we don't need the... Why do I have a 243 still? I didn't think I had anything I could actually use that on. Okay, well, we're not going to be taking those along at all. And let's see, that's the heavy... Yeah, I want the recurve bow. Now, I probably have people going, oh no, he's trying the bow again. Yes, I'm trying the bow again. I know I'm not the greatest with it, but I still feel like I can try getting a little bit done with it. Equipment-wise, I picked up another first aid kit. Now I'm hoping I have to go into that. And then I want the scent eliminator, as well as what else? Not the wind indicator, but there is something else I'm going to be using. Here we go. So that is the whitetail. No, here we go. So Rocky Mountain elk spray. Going to want to use that because we're going to try a little bit of scent luring. And I think that's actually everything I need. Clothing-wise, I think I'm okay there. Weapons, just that. Is there anything... Actually... Let me go back in equipment. How much is one of those? Really? So the towers, I guess because you are setting them up, not actually really using them. What about, say, like the ground blind? Okay, so that is what capacity for it? Actually, I don't see how much it needs for itself. Oh, capacity cost of 5. That's actually not that much, really. But yeah, I don't think I quite have enough, so... I guess I could take that off. And then I could bring that with me. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I mentioned I wanted to do different styles of hunting that I had done in the reserve tours. So using the blind and trying the scent lures, I think is going to be a good way of accomplishing that. As for this weekend, I'm basically either going to lean towards the wolves or towards the Rocky Mountain elk for this episode, or these episodes. I'm going to take a route I haven't actually taken in the series before, because like I've gone up that way, went up that way. We're going to go down into like the heart of the map more. It has a fair mix of the wolves, the elk, but also the mule deer and grizzly bears, but I can't really call in the grizzlies. I don't know if I'd focus too much on the mule deer, just because, I mean, I could, but they are one of the more basic animals to go after. So I think more the wolves and the elk will be a bigger draw. But I did want to spend more time just going after all the species on each reserve, so it's hard to say how much time I'll spend on the Timbergold Trails Expeditions series. I'm thinking at least a month, so 2, 4, 6, maybe 6 to 8 episodes? I want... maybe 8's a good one, because that way it's like double the length of what the reserve tours were. That might be a good way to kind of do it. And then there are certain species on the maps, like say the ptarmigan, and again, maybe the mule deer, because it's one of the more basic animals I won't spend a lot of time with, but other ones like the elk, the wolves, the bighorn, and the puma, I definitely want to take my time and try to get a little bit more hunting on them done. And unlike how I did last episode, or the start of the series where I had like the speed up to go along, I don't know if I'll really have that in these couple of episodes, because I'm kind of very close to where I want to be for trying to get this stuff done. Because, like, the wolves and that have a pretty wide spread all around here, really. So there's always a chance to hear them, and I know if I want to focus more on the elk, I think if I go from the Southern Lodge, that has much more elk in its area or vicinity. Because, I mean, I did use the Hunter Wiki to check out the animal distribution maps. It's a very helpful tool if you are trying to go more for, like, a focused species hunt. It's basically just bears and elk down there, which I think we actually even showed off a bit in the reserve tour when I was going along through that. Yeah, so when I go towards focusing on the elk, I think I'll go from the Southern Lodge and stick around that area. But because this one might be broken up to the wolves and the elk, I think it's a good to kind of just go down and see what we run into. So far, it's a quieter start than the last weekend was, where we basically had, like, the grizzly right off the bat. I don't know... I do have these deployed hunting towers set up, which I might look at actually taking a sharp cut and going right towards. That might not be a bad idea, because, like, it is beautiful to follow along the trail for... Oh, well, hello. I mean, if we want to start with a grizzly, and she is kind of on the way towards the tower, I'll try going for her. I don't think I'll try going with the bow for a grizzly yet, though. But I did take a little bit of time to practice with the bow. And actually, one thing I do want to bring forward for you guys is the Hunter Classic recently released some new tutorials. And they are some pretty nice ones to use. It basically goes over, like, how the scent spray sort of works, and how, like, trying out bow and tree stands. There's still one more I haven't done, which is, like, waterfowling and using the dogs to retrieve. But, yeah, it's nice to see that they added these, like, these tutorials in that use some of the things that are a little bit more advanced for what you might have available. Because before, I think the tutorial... I mean, I only remember playing it way back when I first got into the Hunter Classic. And that was, like... How old was that? I almost want to say, like, 2010-ish. God, I'm old. But yeah, it was somewhere around there, and it's, like, very dated for what it was. Well, I shouldn't say dated for what it was, but it was very basic compared to everything in the game now. So it basically just covers stuff like your movement, simple calling, using a tower. I think that was about the extent of it. So it was nice to see that they put in these more, like, equipment-heavy or different tutorials that get you have a chance to try these things out before spending, like, the GM or money on them. Okay, so she called from up ahead still. Judging from how that is, I think she's just down a little bit there. But one thing, too, is... Okay, I think that's just me walking. Then there's something else I want to check. Because if I go G to camo view... I don't know exactly... See, okay, maybe that's just me moving. See, I don't know if camo view is supposed to be, like... I know one of the things I've been mentioning was a better way of, like, just coherently or cohesively seeing how effective your camouflage is. So I don't know if that's, like, meant to be a method of helping you out for it, or that's supposed to be something else. But yeah, thanks to the tutorials they put in, I got some more practice in with my bow and kind of figured out my big issue is I've always been aiming too low with it. One thing is when you bring it up, I guess it, to me, center of the screen is more right where the top of the arrow rest sort of was there. But that's not really the case for where you want to be aiming. You actually want to kind of use in between the riser and one of the arrowhead forks. Or, there's another name for it. I'm trying to think of what it is. Flukes? No, okay, well, she definitely motored her way down, so that's one of the things about maybe I'm a little too cautious at times for when I'm out here trying to hunt. But she is bringing us towards the river, which is good, because all I'm basically looking is to follow it down to this area, so whatever side I'm on doesn't matter too much to me. Yeah, I think that's one thing that I'm a little overly cautious of, that I really shouldn't be, is that I can go a little too slow at times when I'm trying to go after animals or trying to track and follow along. Now, it's possible she was trotting and, oh, picked up her pace, but this is from something else. Well, looks like elk track. Yeah, Rocky Mountain elk. And one nice thing, too, about coming around here to try to, like, spot a bit more might be I'll have nice visibility to the other side of the little river here. So that'll be a good way of being able to try to see if there's anything on the other side, or even take some shots if I wanted to. Oh, speaking of, looks like we got a mule deer out there. Oh, actually, we might have a couple of things out there. Yeah, so we got... This looks like a bachelor herd of them. Okay, I'm going to be a bit smarter about this, and I'm actually going to... Okay, let's take the elk and the e-collar off, and let me put on the scent eliminator. Shoot, I think I might have done it a little late, because that one bolted, but I don't know if he would have scared the others. Kind of surprised that he did go running off like that. Oh. No, she, my mistake. I wonder if the grizzly set them off. She's still going down that way. Let me take a look down here, because there's at least one male here. I think there's... Yeah, because I saw quite a few antlers all together down here. So it looks like there's might be 3 of them. I think I should be undetected here, and again, with the scent eliminator, I think that'll help a lot. Ooh, I see a pretty nice guy right in the back there. I think I'm going to go just for a rifle shot rather than the bow on him. Yeah, there's him down. No, I don't think I get a nice stable shot on him. Okay, I think that was just her freaking out, or that might have been one of the other bucks. But what I can do is work my way down to him, and then see maybe even about getting ready and trying to call the other 2 in when they calm down. I think that looks like a pretty nice mule just to start us off. Again, it's not exactly one of the species I was aiming for to begin with, but one of the nice things about these expedition tours is, or expedition series, will just be not caring too much about really getting a lot squeezed in. Like, don't try for all the species, just try to get whatever. I thought I heard running again. Okay, so crossing might be a little difficult, though. It's like, just going off of this map here, it almost looks like I was better off crossing back up that way. Yeah, because he's right there. I think I can get across just where all those little rocks are there. I'll still just be a little bit cautious. I'm pretty sure I scared everything out of the area, like the grizzly had to have gone running off with that gunshot ringing out. It could be possible the bucks will come back. I don't think it's quite as... I don't want to say brain dead, but I mean, sometimes AI in Call of the Wild is very dumb with what it will do. Like, there can be times where you will literally just be able to take down one animal, give it a few moments, and, like, the entire herd will come back, even with the one you've taken down still laying where it is. The Hunter Classic is usually a lot better about that, but... yeah, Call of the Wild, it can be a lot... Oh! Okay, so, that might be a different one, but I mean, it is another mule deer. And it might not hurt to try calling him in. So, let me see. Okay, 6 is the grunt call. So, yeah. See, because of how soon it's coming out as a call, I don't think he was from, like, this little trio. I think they are still probably going to be spooked and would be cautious about coming around or making noise again. But what I'll do is go collect you, who's taking a little dip right now. How'd you do? Actually, pretty dang good for just like a mule deer. 94 is a pretty decent size. Oh, and that was a mission completed too. Yeah, I think I'm going to just stay standing, given we're in the water here. Yeah, that's a pretty nice looking, like, rack on him. Now I want to try to turn my hunter and see if I can bring you up. I think there's pretty good. Yeah, it's actually kind of hard getting all the tines in because of just how he is as his like antler configuration. But yeah, I think that was a pretty nice one. Oh, and I see somebody way up ahead. Yeah, like, even though the advice was for Pickbean Bay, I think Etu Twamala's advice still holds out for any of the maps, where if you really want to, like, try figuring out a good way to hunt, think of using the waterways as a natural trailway, too. Because if you can use them, they can be quite rewarding. And they give you a lot of good visibility, and animals, they might be more drawn to them because, again, they're going to want to go there to drink. There is a little bit of a need system. It's not quite as fleshed out as Call of the Wilds, I think, but there is still a system where, like, animals will be drawn to water sources, I think. I guess maybe I will change this to the mule deer as a focus, at least for this first episode. Okay, yeah, so you're still just hanging around that little pool there. That's actually pretty perfect for me. This'll let me... You know, I'm going to get up and actually roam a bit, like standing up. I don't know... The only thing that kind of bugs me is maybe the few that I scared off, so... I think I'll approach this a bit crouched just to be cautious. It is still a ways out, but I'll still try some calls, just in case I might get replies from any of the others. But I would like to try to get a kill or two in with the recurve, though. Because I think that's actually one of the weapons I have my highest shooting skill with, surprisingly enough. Back before I started doing the series, and I was playing the Hunter Classic before my break, I really tried to be a bit of a bow nut, and getting a lot of, like, bow hunting in. It's just, with so much time, you kind of forget certain things here or there. And what do we got here? Okay, so that was Rock Mountain elk, although... that was not a previously discovered, so it wasn't the one that I found way... Oh! Okay, so we do got some more tracks here. I will just go and get them. My guess is, though, we might not be seeing them for a while or at all. Oh, come on. Yeah, snag you, snag you. Okay, you actually are fleeing. Okay, maybe. I thought... I wonder if something scared them out of this area. Like maybe wolves or a puma. Okay, but we're here towards the lake where the calls from... Ooh. Going to just hold up a moment. You guys might have seen it in the right of the screen. I think that's the best thing, is if it hasn't spooked yet, just go as low as you can. Just going to try to get behind some of these trees. Perhaps there'll be a little bit of cover. There we go. Our first bow mule deer. Yeah, see, I saw him just kind of like starting to come up this way, and I thought he was looking right at me. I thought he was going to spook, but If you do have a situation where it looks like the animal's staring right at you, stop, go as low as you can, and just do not move. As long as you don't do anything more, you might have a pretty good chance of just, like, not provoking them. Oh. Well, I mean, we're not exactly looking for you. I mean, we're looking for the male part of you, but... Let's take a look at how this guy measures up. Actually, Mule Deer aren't scoring too badly for GM. Like, this guy was worth 60. Yeah, see, I kind of want to... What the heck's the bow doing over there? What the heck is... Okay, that's how the bow is on him. I was trying to figure out, like, wait, that looked weird until I turned to the right there. I almost thought I was, like, warping the model to fit there. Yeah, maybe just a nice... Well, I mean, I think maybe I'd have the bow reversed around for the pensive pose, but... I'll just get a nice pick like that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to try for this guy. I'm pretty sure that was a hit. I don't know if it was body or lung, though. Because that's the thing I'm learning now, is it's kind of more towards the shaft of the arrow itself you want to aim. I was aiming way too low because I was basically having it pointed the wrong way. But here, I think that one... Oh, we do got a hit, and it looks like... I think that was a lung shot. Indeed it was. Now I'm back on my bow game. And that's one of the reasons why I love using a bow and arrow, because they can still pick up each other being felled if they're in close proximity, but if you have some distance between each animal, you can actually do a pretty good job downing an entire herd without any of them really realizing. So yeah, once we find him, because he shouldn't be able to go too far with a long shot. Might not be the nice instant down that you can get with a rifle easily, but there's still something very satisfying about getting an animal down with just a one shot with the bow. I think that's him up in this next patch here. Oh. And I might actually be able to take a long shot at that grizzly next, too. So this is actually proving to be one of my better, like, just hunting in general episodes. Ah, shoot. Okay, so he got a little more distance on him than I was hoping he might, but he still should have gone down from this. But when it comes to aiming with the bow and arrow, my problem is... Like, I'll just draw it for a moment to show you. I was aiming way too high using the arrow rest. You want down between, like, the two prongs of the arrowhead and the shaft more. That's kind of like your sweet spot, and then you want to be raising that up for trying to get, like, longer distances. If you're actually, like, very skilled and understand the bow a lot, you can probably pull off some pretty amazing long shots. But in my case, I'm just kind of happy I'm able to get a nice vital shot like I did there. Okay, but seriously, how far did he get with that long shot in him? Now it's saying body. This is a bit strange. It's like, I didn't expect him to be able to get this much distance for what I got on him. The bow is usually pretty reliable in, like, taking the animal completely down. Okay, I think maybe this here might be him. I think I also heard some ravens overhead too, so... No, this is just another track. How far did he actually manage to get? Huh. Okay, you know what? I'm going to keep on this trail because maybe it'll be easier to follow with it, like, being the more... solid track node. But, like, yeah, for, like, getting along and hard as it said, I didn't expect it to get this much distance in still. Oh, well, there are the ravens there, so we know there's an elk carcass over that way. Oh. And we got somebody up ahead, too. And it's a male elk. And it's actually a pretty nice looking one, too. So I'm going to try to get him while we're here, too. Like, he is a really nice looking one. I don't know if I should just go for the rifle to be safer or try for the bow. You know, I already got one animal out here wounded. I'm just going to take him with the rifle. Yeah, it's going to scare everything off, but I think I'd prefer just to get one confirmed down and try to figure out what's going on with this deer. It's like, I didn't think he would have been able to put any distance like this on us for, like, having that kind of wound to him. Like, did he get up over this way? I don't even see any other tracks from him. That's the big thing that's kind of thrown me for a loop. And it registered it was a lung and heart. Or, well, lung shot. I shouldn't say heart because, obviously, if he was still able to keep going, it wasn't the heart that I got. Like, seriously, I do not see any sign of... Okay, well, I'm going to at least collect this guy. I don't think I'll do a trophy shot because maybe save that more for like when I do the bow takedowns. Yeah, this is puzzling to me. Well, he's still a decent enough looking elk, probably about an average size maybe. Actually, I feel like that's bigger than an average size. Like 300 and... Am I actually getting, like, a bunch of decent scores without, like, even realizing it? Because, like, I'm pretty sure 300 or so is a rather good score for an elk. Like, we'll definitely take it, and that's a nice bit of GM for him, but... Okay, back onto this mystery mule deer. This is bugging the heck out of me. It definitely registered that it was a lung shot. He got a lot more Nope. No. Apparently stepped on a mule deer antler as I'm out here trying to find one. Yeah, like, what is going on with this guy? Like, this is the last track I have from him, and... I do not know. Like, it says fleeing this direction still. I know I got a bit sidetracked with the elk there, but I still thought I would have been able to see the next, like, track left behind. Oh, here we go. Okay, it was stuck in these bushes, which is why I couldn't really see. Apparently it's somewhere here? It almost seems like maybe it's in the ground or something. That or with the grass being this tall. Okay, come on, you shouldn't be too much further. No, that's a new trail. Is it in one of these bushes again? Nothing in this one. Nothing over there. Yeah, see, this is where the tracking system, I feel like it has some of its faults to it. Okay, so... let me just try going out further and see. Like, I do not know how this guy kept running for this much distance. And the thing is, okay, there's another track. Holy crap. So, is it just lying when it said I actually got the lung shot on him? Because this does not seem the distance it could have traveled, like the lung shot. There you are. Now, let's take a proper look at you and see where this arrow landed. Yeah, it's saying left lung. Okay, the arrow is... where is the arrow? Like, it's... saying it's like right up and in through there, so it was a bit forward, but still registered hitting the lung, so... I am surprised he got that much distance from that shot. I'm used to, like, if it's a lung shot, they'll get... can get a decent distance away, but nothing that long or that far. But we'll just take the shot and then continue along our way. So we have actually gotten a bit of variety here. Again, it wasn't actually what I was aiming for this episode, and with that, I'm actually realizing the time and going to end our first episode of our weekend here. This is the third episode of Timbergold Expeditions, not the first, but thank you guys for joining me on this episode of the series. If you have liked the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave comments right down below. Until I catch you in the next video or episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.